Alright, what up fish homies? Doing a little office work today, plus a little bonus footage that I never got to upload about one of my more exotic snakes having babies, which was pretty cool. And not many people get to see that, so if you're watching, give it a like and subscribe, because we got rare stuff all the time. And we got stuff for the average Joe, which is pretty much what you'll see. I don't know, there's rare stuff too. Anyways, I'm gonna show you some work, what I do every day, all day, minus fishing, and then we're gonna go fishing later and probably make another video. So bada bing, bada boom, check it out. Alright, so as you can see, I already started cleaning some tanks, or maybe you wouldn't be able to tell in the super fast mo. But anyways, I'll show you what I have going so far, and then I'll show you how I do it all. So here we got one of the baby angel tanks. This one's from like one of the first batches, I think, here. I'm not gonna shut the garage because the glare, because I just opened it and they always freak out. Hang on. Sorry, my dog was going crazy, but I think I was saying I'm gonna show you all the stuff and what I have to clean and how I already started cleaning. So I think I showed the baby tank. This is one single guy by himself. And then these are the parents of all of them. I think you know that already. They're hungry, so it's hard to get a good view of them. There's some darker marbles, maybe some clowns. Some of the babies look clowns, so they might both have the clown gene or blushing or whatever. We got the wild discus. We got the wild angels and the smokies. We got some more wilds from Peru. Those are about to start breeding. This is what's gonna happen soon. But anyways, all the angels, like those ones down there too that aren't breeding, are going to a 60-gallon right here. And then these guys are gonna move down there. And then this tank will be empty or something like that. We'll see. Sometimes you guys clean up your sponges. Just rinse them in the tank water. Give a nice squeeze out. And plug them back in.
Purchase your tracks today.
Once the bucket's full, I take it over to this drain and empty it out. That's where I keep the old RO water. And the drain off goes into the same drain. Since I don't have a cool, expensive system, I have to do everything upstairs in my bathtub. Even I get the RO water from over there, I bring it upstairs to the mixing tank, and then I have to bring it back down, all using barrels like this. They're 7 gallons, so it makes everything a little easier, but not much. Now I gotta go upstairs, fill her up, and bring her back down for round 2. Actually, I'm gonna fill up the RO water, bring it upstairs, mix it, get some water from the bathtub, and refill the hard water tanks. I also don't have a pump for this, so I gotta do the old suck and drain, or whatever you call it, siphoning. Bummer. So this is one batch of babies from the parents over there on the right. Look how many there are. Yeah. So yeah, there's 3 cubes of brine shrimp. Within like 5 seconds, it's all gone. Bye bye. There's still a few pieces floating around over here. They haven't quite caught on to it yet on this side. But this side's like all out war. Nothing. Just hungry guys. Every feeding they get 3 brine shrimps and like 10 pinches of flake food. I shut the garage so you can kind of see how many are in there. This is a 60 gallon. They even bite my arm hairs when I'm cleaning the tank because they think they're little worms. It's hilarious. But now I'm gonna feed them some pinches of the brine shrimp flake. Alright, so you can see all the flake floating there. That's the side where they never hang out for some reason. Over here, they're all going crazy. They love the flake. I've mentioned it before, but it's from Brine Shrimp Direct, and it's in those big old pieces. I just put it in between my fingers and rub it as hard as I can, and it mashes it up into little flakes. I also have babies in my bedroom, my messy bedroom. I have babies across from over there, but that's a smaller batch. But they're a lot bigger actually. You might be able to see kind of get a better idea of what they're gonna look like as adults. It's definitely not easy breeding fish. And like I said, all those babies are from one pair, the ones that I showed you in this video. So that is pretty crazy. If you want to get into breeding angelfish or discus, think about that before you start, because you're gonna have thousands of babies. I have like 1,500 or 2,000 babies all from one pair, and 2 batches of eggs I let go because I wanted to see if they would raise them, and I didn't have the space and time to kind of make more tanks for raising up more babies. But now I do, and that's why I'm moving everything around. I think I'm gonna go to the hardware store, get some black paint, paint the bottom of a tank, a 60 gallon, then move the fish. Alright, on my way to the hardware store. Hopefully they got the right paint. I think you can use any paint, honestly. I know we've used different paint before, but I always get Krylon Fusion just because that's what everyone suggests. So I'm gonna go get that in black. Well, what do you know? I left my wallet back at the house. I'm driving back to get it now, and then hopefully I'll be getting the spray paint. LOL, guys, LOL. I'm over here at Kurt's True Value Hardware. I don't know if you can see the sign, but that's where I get a lot of my stuff at. Taking the back entrance like a G. So guess what? They didn't have the freaking Krylon Fusion. Anyways, like I said, Kurt's always pulls through, and I got the plastic dip. And it was cheaper than freaking Pep Boys. So, Pep Boys, I'm no longer friends with you. Peace, Pep Boys. First step is to rinse down the tank. I usually rinse it and then dry it and then fill it up. I don't worry too much about like bad stuff that's in there because I always treat new tanks with all the good meds. So now I'm about to dry her off and then slap some plastic dip on the bottom. One pro tip is make sure you dry the surface and clean it pretty well. Whatever you're gonna paint or spray paint. See, I got the bottom nice and clean, dry and shiny. One step I forgot to mention too is taping. I like to tape the rest of the tank just so there's not speckles everywhere. With Plasti Dip, it doesn't really matter because you can just like smudge it off if it gets any overspray or anything, but I just like to tape it just to make it easier on me. Also, you can use you can tape up newspaper to the sides, you'll see. So that's an example of how you tape with the newspaper if you've never done that before. I like barely just learned how to do that. I used to tape the whole entire thing like a silly boy.
Purchase your tracks today.
So you could see I did a nice even layer. It was a lot, it looks like a lot, but when it's on the bottom you don't really have to worry about dripping, especially with Plasti Dip. But just remember to hold the spray can like 4 to 8 inches away. I'm not sure exactly how far away, but if you do it too close, it definitely drips. So if it starts dripping, hold it a little further away. But like I said, on the bottom, it doesn't really drip. So check it out thus far. that used to be the clear bottom. And you can see it looks a little streaky, but with the Plasti Dip it like kind of expands a little bit and it will end up drying like perfectly flat. What I usually do is do like one good solid layer of Plasti Dip like in the beginning, and then I'll wait 15 minutes and then do another solid layer, and then I'll check it out, see if there's any like holes or anything, and possibly do a third layer, but I usually don't do a third layer. All the paper's going up. This is something you gotta tape down the paper for, because you don't want it flying right into your paint job. Alright, so I emptied the tanks a little bit. I got the fish in there. These guys are in there with their little plants. They're feeling good. Can't leave them in the buckets too long without air, so I'm gonna do this quick. Don't forget to unplug your heaters. Done that before, not good. So unplug your heater when you're moving the tanks and wait 15 minutes after they're in the new tank to plug them in. It helps them live longer, trust me. Almost finished here. It's like 60% of the way filled up. We got all the fish in. They're all checking each other out. They haven't been with each other in a while, but now they have this whole tank to chill at. I'm gonna finish filling it up, plug in the heaters, and then we'll see what they're doing. Alright, so that's as far as I'm about to fill it up. But you can see all the angelfish are hanging out, looking nice. They're probably happy to be in a bigger tank. They probably will pair off quicker once I throw the slates in there. I don't know if putting them in the 20 gallons was the right idea. It worked for like 2 pairs, or maybe 3, but we had like 6 or 7 set up, so it wasn't that good of a success rate. Hopefully we get pairs pretty quick out of this tank. I'm just gonna have to do some more big water changes. You can see how much better that looks with the black bottom. They're a lot more happy with that, I realized. A lot of them were tripping and swimming at the bottom and freaking out, so I'm trying to switch everything over to the black bottom now. Look how cool a little angelfish tank can look. These are all store-bought fish. I just fed them well and give them clean water, and they look real nice. Another thing is anytime I change tanks or add fish or anything, I usually put a dose of General Cure and erythromycin. They send you the spoon with it. 1 spoonful treats 20 gallons. It's just a powder mix. There you can see it floating around. The tank looks really dirty now, but that's all the medicine just settling at the bottom. I try to spread it out as best I can, but you can't really do that. You have to do 2 to 3 scoops of each one for a 60 gallon. So I just did 2, and then I'll do a water change tomorrow, and I'll do a water change again. If anything looks sick, I'll do another treatment. I don't really follow directions. Corey from Aquarium Co-op says in his videos he just puts a full dose and leaves the tank for 7 days. But I do all bare bottom, so I can't really do that because I do water changes every day. So gotta make my own instructions. Let me know what you think of this video, kind of behind the scenes. Like, you've all seen the aquarium fish before. There's an aquarium section on here. If you think I should add anything else or talk about anything else, let me know. I'm gonna try and see if Taylor's down to do a behind the scenes at his work, but that's kind of up to the upper management. But he does a pretty cool job too, at least for me. My favorite thing in the world is where he works, and I used to work there too, so bada bing bada boom. Anyways, hopefully we go fishing tonight. Taylor's got the day off. He might be tired because he worked like 10 days straight, but we'll see what happens. Peace out, fish homies. Alright guys, I didn't just wake up. It's like freaking, I don't even know, 10 o'clock. But this has got to be the best day of my life. I don't think anything can compare to this. I don't really want kids right now, at least, so maybe if I have kids or something, or get married or something one day, then that'll be the best day of my life. But for right now, this is definitely the best day of your boy's life. I know you're all fish homies, but today's a reptile day. My most favorite snake in the whole world, probably like the rarest snake I've ever seen in real life. I actually own it. Big thanks to Dan Malari, DM Exotics. If you like reptiles, check out his page. I got them from him, and he's like guided me through taking care of them, and all the way up until they've had babies. It's been like 3 years now, maybe even 4, but he really helped me out. And kind of like restored my faith in humanity, that there is like nice people willing to help you out there just because they're nice and they see that you're excited about stuff. Anyways, I've had like other lizards have babies, and I've had other snakes lay babies, but they're always eggs. These are boas, so they're lay live babies, just like people. I'm gonna give you a little glimpse of what they look like in the cage, and then I'm gonna start taking them out and putting them into their baby enclosures. Right now I'm gonna get some paper towels, wet them up, and then put them in their little tubs, and then I'll get the snakes and put them in there. I'm so excited right now, I like honestly don't even know what to say. This is crazy. Like, I never thought this day would come. I have like pictures of her being gravid, which like is pregnant, but like, I don't know, you just never think that something like this is actually gonna happen or actually pay off. Like, I don't even wanna sell any of the babies, but I know I have to. But, alright, here we go. Alright, so I walked in and it was all steamy this morning. Look, you can already see them crawling around. Sorry for the glare. There's one, there was some up there, there's a couple there. The mom's coming out, there's some more. So the mom's right there coming out, you can see her big head. Anyways, I'm gonna get these guys out of here so the mom doesn't squish them by accident or eat them or anything weird. And then we'll see what they look like up close. Alright, here's the first one. I was expecting them to be a little more nippy, but they're actually pretty cool. I won't be able to get it to focus that well when the camera's down on the tripod, but hopefully it's focusing alright. Look at those colors. So there's the first two. I'm gonna let them chill, not show too much of them because I don't want to stress them out. There's three in here. You can see that middle one, that line across the tip of his head, he's actually shedding already. So I think some of these have actually shed, even though it's our first day being born. And there's a little umbilical cord still right there drying up. And we got two more. The one in the front bit me when I grabbed him. You can see the one in the back, maybe he's shedding too. Well, he is, but. And then there's three in this pile right here. You can kind of see the different colors and stuff. That one's a little more red, this one's a little more darker. But yeah, they're born looking way different than the adults. So there's the dad. He just had his first meal like a few days ago for a while, so he's probably a little nippy. He might want to bite me, but I just want to show you what the adults look like. No red in them or anything like that. They totally change color, just keep the pattern. And here is the mom. She's a little freaked out. I think this is her first time having babies. Well, I know it is actually, so she's probably definitely freaked out. I got the mom into a cage by herself so she can chill and relax. But look what I found when I moved her hide. Looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 6 more babies. I'm gonna have to put together some more tubs and get these guys out of here. That one right here is super bright compared to all the other ones. That might be a special one. I would say peace out, fish homies. But this is a reptile video, so I'm gonna have to go with a peace out, reptile homies. But there's some fish right there, so peace out, fish homies too. Don't feel left out.